Before I continue on, just to let you all know, today's video is sponsored by NordPass, but more on them later. So you're telling me that the director of Coraline has a brand new stop motion animation starring Key and Peele? Gimme! So Wendell and Wild is a new stop-motion animation directed by Henry Selick, and in the film we follow two scheming demon brothers, Wendell and Wild, who are voiced by Key and Peele, as they are trying to enlist the aid of a 13-year-old named Kat, who is voiced by Lyric Ross, in order to get them into the land of the living. Alrighty guys, so let's get into Wendell and Wild.
Excellent!
Wendell and Wild was a movie I was interested in for two specific reasons. One of them being the very obvious reason that Key and Peele are voices, who I am massive Key and Peele fan. I mean, if you haven't seen Key and Peele, please check out their show on Comedy Central. It's one of the funniest sketch shows out there. But the primary reason I was so excited to see this movie is because of Henry Selick, who I, like Key and Peele, massive fan of. I mean, Coraline I absolutely love. James the Giant Peach was one of my childhood favorites growing up, and my favorite film from him, Nightmare Before Christmas, is a film I always watch around, well, Christmas time. Guys, I'm so happy to say that Wendell and Wild is a great time, albeit with some issues, but still a great time and such a great return to form for Henry Selick. All the performances here are great, but obviously my standouts are Lyric Ross, who plays Kat Elliott, Key and Peele, who portray Wendell and Wild, Angela Bassett, who portrays Sister Helly, and one particular actor, I didn't even catch his name, to which, you know what, just for your guys' sake, I'm not going to say who it is, but when you hear this person, I feel like your jaw is going to drop if you don't actually catch on to him immediately. Angela Bassett in this movie is so darn good as this person at this girl's school that I don't want to give too much information away, but there is a reason why she connects to Kat very, very easily when you find out. It's one of those, holy crap, that's awesome type of moments. Lyric Ross as Kat Elliott, I absolutely loved her character. Kat Elliott is one of those troubled child characters, and while we have seen this trope many times beforehand, what they do with this character I thought was genius. And when you see the reason why she is like this in the first place, it is genuinely heartbreaking. I got emotional, man, and you feel terrible for this character. Let's talk about Key and Peele as Wendell and Wild. I love Key and Peele so much. I could not get enough of Key and Peele in this movie, and honest to God, in a way it can feel like just a big Key and Peele sketch within a Henry Selick movie, but at the same time, the way that their comedy and the writing works within the story that Henry Selick works, everything is weaved together so well. In particular, guys, when you find out how they're able to get into the world of the living, it is absolutely hilarious. When the plot of Wendell and Wild focuses up, what we have here is not only a very entertaining film, and at times it's actually quite riveting and really emotional, surprisingly very emotional. There is a particular scene in this movie to which, no joke guys, is one of the most visually stunning scenes I have seen all year. The way how they use the color green and shadows in this scene, I thought was just one of the coolest things I have seen all year in a film. It was that freaking cool, guys. I'm going to geek out talking about this, but oh my god, the stop motion animation is just, wow, is it a sight to see. To see that stop motion animation is still a thing, honest to God, makes me so happy and full of joy. Whether it's the character movements, the environmental effects, oh my word, the environmental effects in this film with the stop motion are just, it is a sight to hold. What I'm about to say is just an understatement, but to say that Wendell Wild is visually arresting, a visual feast for the eyes, that's not even the best words I can use to describe how beautiful this movie is to look at. The film's music is just, to say the least, it is badass music. The way that Wendell Wild uses rock, punk, and alternative, especially with Kat's character, I thought was so darn cool. And by the way, one more thing I have to mention, I heard there is a particular track in this movie, and when it was used, I had the biggest grin on my face. Going on to the film's ending, now obviously no spoilers, but I thought it was just a beautiful ending.
Well, that's just fucking great!
Now, as great as Henry Selick's return of stop motion is, at the same time, I do have a few issues. Just want to let you guys know, yes, I'm not wearing my flannel. I accidentally left at my boss's place before I went to a press junket literally a couple of days ago. So for the time being, I have my jacket, so just wanted to address the continuity issue on my end. Within the first 20 minutes of Wendell and Wild story, it is setting up a lot. Not just the main storyline, but also it introduces one subplot, then another, then another, then another. It is setting up so much. By the end of the film, you do understand why they're setting up so much, because there is a lot of story going on. But in the grand scheme of things, there are a couple of storylines that when you see how relevant they are, some of them don't feel as important as others. There's a part of the climax that I absolutely loved, and I couldn't get enough of it. But then there's another part of the climax that I didn't feel was as great as that other part of the climax. There were 3 characters in the film that when Kat first comes to the school that she is essentially brought to, these 3 characters introduce themselves, and you think that they're going to be very important to the plot, and they appear in parts throughout the film, but nothing of actual importance happens with one of these characters until near the end of the film.
Here we go.
So overall, while Wendell and Wild does seem a little bit crowded story-wise, and it does take a little bit to get going, once it does, I had a great time with this movie. Not only does Wendell and Wild have beautiful stop-motion animation, the performances, especially from Lyric Ross and Key and Peele, are terrific. It has a great score and has a beautiful message. All in all, I'm going to give Wendell and Wild a 4 out of 5. Guys, simply put, if you have Netflix and if you love stop-motion animation, watch this movie and have a great time. Before I move on and end today's video, this video is brought to you by NordPass. NordPass is a simple and intuitive password manager that keeps all of your passwords in one safe and secure location, and it is for your eyes only. Whether it's your Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Amazon, PlayStation, AMC, whatever type of account that you have that has a password, NordPass has your back. Everything that we do is online, and what is the one thing that we like to keep safe from everybody else, especially from the demons of the internet? That's right, our passwords. You can either make up your own password, or you can have NordPass make up a randomly generated password for you, and that's just what I did, because here's the thing, guys. It is simple and easy to use one password for every single platform you use, which is what I used to do, but trust me, guys, it is not the safest thing to do, especially in today's digital wonderland. One of my favorite features of NordPass is that if your password has been breached or if your password health is bad, it lets you know that, hey, you might want to change that password in case if someone tries to hack it, because a long time ago, I had an account I didn't even know about, and NordPass was like, hey, you might want to change this, and guess what? I did. If you use my coupon code AustinPutnam, NordPass will give you a tier deal with 4 months free. NordPass is so confident in the product that if you're not satisfied within 30 days of having their product, if you want a refund, they'll give you that refund. This service is that great. Either go to the link in the description below or use my coupon code AustinPutnam once again for a 2-year deal with a 4-month free deal. This is absolutely insane. And once again, thank you to NordPass for sponsoring this video. I seriously appreciate it, guys. So comment down below and let me know, out of all of Henry Selick's stop motion animated films, which one is your favorite? Let me know below. If you guys want to follow me on social media, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. I'm also on Snapchat. So if you guys want to follow me on all those social media platforms, all the links and the usernames are in the description below. I hope you all enjoyed my review of Wendell and Wild. If so, please hit that like button, also subscribe, and don't forget that notification bell for my latest review goes live. If you guys want to see my previous 2 reviews, please click either right there or right there. And then of course, when my next review goes live, I'll see you all next time.